Hello there everyone, and welcome to my first Hero Factory MOC overview video for the year of 2026. Today, I am presenting to you my own take on Maelstrom and his Firestorm ship. Some of you guys may actually recognize this MOC from another LEGO user. And that user would be JANGBRiCKS. Now, if you have seen the original video that JANGBRiCKS made all the way back in 2011, oh my goodness, has it really been that long? You may recall that this is meant to be a minion of the Fire Lord, and I've also noticed that it's kind of loose at some bits. And that this is meant to be the personal apprentice of the Fire Lord himself. Alright, so taking a look at this thing, you can pretty much see just how wide it is. In fact, it is so wide that very often you will actually see the end of the set. Yeah, my set is like way too small for this thing, so during this overview, you're going to see the end of the set, and my apologies for that, but it can't be helped. Like, maybe at some point I'll try to make a bigger set, but this is the best thing that I got, and come to think of it, it's not like I'm going to be making MOCs that are this big anyway, but it might be something to consider for the future. Now, believe it or not, this happened to have taken me like a year to get this thing made. Like, I think that I started work on this last year in 2025, and I was not sure how I was going to be able to pull off making such a massive ship, especially since there are no official building instructions. I mean, it's a MOC, it is an unofficial model from JANGBRiCKS, and like, he does not release instructions on how to make his various different MOCs. I have seen people make some contest models from Bionicle, such as the various custom Bionicle Dark Hunters and Rahi that were accepted into official canon. But there aren't a lot of people, in fact, I haven't seen anyone do their best attempt at trying to make instructions for any of the models that JANGBRiCKS has made. So obviously, this is not a perfect replica. This is just the best that I could do based on what I was able to see, as well as being able to make sure that this thing stayed together. What I'm going to go ahead and do is open up the canopy here. This is a neat little canopy that I was able to come up with. And I'm going to get the pilot out of his vehicle. I got one of these Technic pins, and I've actually not gotten this guy out of the vehicle for quite a while since I started. Well, I think that I have shown this model off before, and my apologies that he's not in the frame all the way. Okay, let me get the camera adjusted. There we go. Okay, so here we have Maelstrom, and taking a look at this model here, he uses quite a lot of the exclusive armor pieces that came from the fire villains, like a couple of the fire patterns that came from Fire Lord, and a couple of these other exclusive pieces that came from some of the other villains. Like, I think that one of these came from Nitroblast, and another piece, like, I think this one came from Drill Dozer. The upper main body piece does come from Drill Dozer. And I think that I actually used a couple of pieces that did not even exist at the time that the original version of the MOC came out. I think that I had to do a lot of cheats in trying to get this all set up, because I was not able to observe, at least as well, about just how this character was supposed to be made. Like, I think that I had to improvise a lot with the inner torso. Like I'm gonna go ahead and take the mask off and then take this armor up. I sure hope I don't regret this. Come on. Okay, there we go. And yeah, and this is how I did it. You can see, I'm gonna take this armor piece off. You can pretty much see how I managed to do this. This is pretty much the assembly inside of the armor, and I have the ball joint right here, and then there's this armor piece that is connected to the lower section of the body. Like, it's not properly connected because there's like no way to get it to connect properly, and this is what attaches to this armor piece. And then you can see the assembly of the rest of the inner torso. Now I'm gonna do my best attempt at getting this back on. The armor piece was going over. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now, let's get the mask back on. And there we go. Alright, so now, one of the interesting bits about this MOC with its assembly would be, of course, the mask. Like, a lot of you guys certainly will recognize the mask. This is the face from Drill Dozer, but the mask itself is actually from the Fire Lord set. The way that LEGO had these masks made is that with the fire villains, they just made two-sided masks, which I think was done in order to save on money. And as a result of that, like when you look at the mask from the other side, you can see the other character's face. And I'm not sure if LEGO had any intention on allowing people to make MOCs based on the other face that the mask was intended to be used for. Like, I'm not sure if they had any intention on people using the Drill Dozer side of the Fire Lord mask, but it can be done, and it has been done many times in Hero Factory and Bionicle MOC making, where you can just use the other side of the flip mask to make other characters. So I think that that is pretty cool, and it certainly would have been neat if they actually did something like this in future series, like maybe reuse the mask for some other characters, you know, just opening up other possibilities of what you could do with the flip mask. Like, they probably could have used the Drill Dozer side of the mask for some new creatures in Savage Planet. And if they had done that, then fans would have the opportunity to make MOCs using the Fire Lord side of the mask. That would have been pretty neat, but obviously they did not do something like that. The only time that they reused a mask for Savage Planet, I've also noticed a hair here. It wasn't stuck on there. But yeah, anyway, they only use the insect mask for Waspix and Scorpio. Not a flip mask, it's just the exact same face that is used on both of them. So there's Maelstrom all set up there. And now to take a look at the ship itself. Like, there were all sorts of different things I had done in constructing the ship. Like, for starters, we have the shooters. These shooters right here. There's like a total of 4 of them, and I think I used a couple of these marbled Zammer spheres, which I don't think came from the Hero Factory sets, but came from some other LEGO sets. Like, these are not the same ball pieces that were included in the Fire Villain sets that were released in Hero Factory. These actually came from a different series. I'm not sure what series it was, but it was something very different. And I also added on these pieces right here to kind of act as kickstands in order to get the wings to stay upright. And the wings themselves, they look pretty much the same as what you would see on the original Firestorm ship that JANGBRiCKS had made all those years ago. I did add a couple of modifications to them. One such example is that I added on Do excuse me, I kind of almost hit the Maelstrom figure that was off camera. Anyway, I added on the red Paracol shield piece over here. This was not on the original MOC. I had a couple of these in my parts drawer that I got a long time ago specifically for MOC making, and I think I did use them a few times in a couple of MOCs. So just added on these pieces to just kind of add some detail. And I also added on the shield pieces from the 2.0 series, one over here and one on the other side, as well as add on one of the flame weapon pieces that also came on the fire villains. And I just now noticed that I actually placed one of the fire armor pieces on the wrong spot. Just needed to adjust that. Alright, so, and then over on the back, let me get this flipped around as best as I can. Alright, over on the back, I got a couple of these flame weapon pieces that originated from Tahu. This one moves around a little bit, and there's like a total of 4 of these on here. Like, the 2 on the top use a sort of yellowish pattern added to it, blended in with the red plastic. Like, I believe that these came in another series of Lego sets. Like, this was not present on the original Tahu set. There was no fire blend in the weapon piece. So this came from a different Lego set that reused the same part. But the 2 on the bottom are pure red, the exact same color as what you would get on the original Tahu. Now, as for the jets in the back, I think I had thought about adding on some flames coming out of the back, but I ultimately ended up not doing so. I probably could have gotten a couple of those flame pieces to go on the back here. Maybe I will add something like that at some point, but I didn't do that for this MOC straight away. And then, well, one of the biggest struggles I have had with trying to get this MOC to stay together is that when I lifted the MOC up, when I lifted the ship up, this part right here just kept on coming loose. And I just tried all sorts of ways to get it to not pop off like that, like adding on a whole bunch of pieces. And what I ended up doing was adding on a lot of the lift arm pieces to the back. And I think that attaching these lift arms up on top of one another was what finally did it to get the ship to not come apart like that. And then there are these pieces. These are the feet. They are the black Paraka feet. I think that these originated from Toamari Nuparu, and I think Hydrexin also had them. Von Nebula also used one of these on his chest piece. I'm not entirely sure which of those sets these feet pieces originated from, because I got these off the Bricklink, so they could have came from any of those sets. And then there was a lot of other armor pieces that I needed to add on, like a lot of these older Technic pieces that are used here and also here, as well as a couple of the Metronui Matoran torso pieces in black, where the flame weapon piece is attached to. And I also needed to add on to the lower section of the ship with these add-on armor pieces. Like, I think that a lot of these pieces, not all of them, but probably about 20% of the pieces used in the construction of this model come from my JANGBRiCKS, which is a third-party website for purchasing some third-party Lego-compatible parts. And then the seat right here, these are definitely parts from my JANGBRiCKS. I got a couple of these tile pieces. These are not official Lego pieces, because I don't think that Lego released these tile pieces in this size, in this color. So that's definitely a piece that is not official Lego. So that pretty much does it for this overview video right here. Certainly a lot going on with the construction of this MOC, and for anything that I did not mention, I think that's pretty obvious what other parts are present right here. I wasn't able to go through all of them, and you can also spin this to get it to spin around. So just thought that I'd bring that up. And once again, I do acknowledge that this isn't a perfect replica of what JANGBRiCKS had originally made. I did make some modifications, and I did need to do the best that I could with what I was able to see and make any adjustments for just any part of the MOC that I was not able to see. So I'm gonna go now. The battery in my camera is almost out, so I think I better stop the recording before that happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you check out my other Bionicle and Hero Factory MOC overview videos in the future. Bye for now.